Did you know that you're probably trying to promote your very own social media in the wrong way? And there's one simple thing that you guys can do to make this a lot easier and better. In today's episode of Growing Your Stream, we're going to talk about the essential questions that some of these big and successful streamers ask in order to grow their communities and their content. We're going to talk about what strategies you guys can use as a guidebook when turning to different social medias in order to increase your discoverability for newer viewers and engagement with the current ones. And did you know that the most common advice would really surprise you? Make sure you watch this video to find out more. Hello everyone, I'm your host, The King, and welcome back to another video of Growing Your Stream, the mini-series by Streamloots where we're going to go over everything a streamer needs to know in order to achieve growth on their channels. Today's episode will serve as an introduction on how you can approach and use the different social media channels in order to expand your reach, your viewership, your engagement for your viewers in a sustainable way. First things first is that you need to keep in mind that you are building an audience. Your most valuable asset is your community and your relationship with your viewers. So the riddle you're trying to solve is, how can you grow your community? How can you reach a new audience? How can you build and establish new relationships? Then, to solve these questions, we need to understand how the current streaming platforms itself work and if they help us or not in achieving our overall objective of growing. Something that most successful streamers find out earlier on in their career is quite simple and honestly sounds counterintuitive. Are you ready? Don't focus on streaming if you want to be a streamer. It sounds really weird, right? How exactly can this be? Let me explain. The thing that you probably realize from Twitch, for example, is that in order to get recommended or to get these newer viewers to come into your stream and you're starting without a community, it's super hard and it's pretty much unheard of. It's so difficult to start from zero and make your way all the way up really quickly. When considering all of the rankings are ordered by viewers itself, there's thousands of streamers stuck in the 0 to 10 category, and it makes it extremely hard to get out of there. It's not really good for possibilities in reaching new folk. And for sure, there's other things that you can do. You can co-stream with others, you can ask to be on the homepage, and things like this don't necessarily depend on you. There's a lot of other things that currently go on. So what exactly can you do yourself in order to make a difference? This is where social networks and other platforms can have a massive impact. But they're not as straightforward as most streamers think. In fact, not many of them really know how to utilize it well, as sad as that is to say. But that's what we're here for. We are going to give you a quick breakdown on the main differences of each social media platform, and we're going to look at it in terms of discoverability and engagement so that you can know what to focus on and what would work best for you depending on your very own objective. So let's start with a popular one: TikTok and Instagram stories. If you'd like to reach your first 1,000 viewers on your content, what one would you say would work better? What about your first 10,000? Comment your answers down below. I'm very curious. You can pause and tell me what you think and why you think it, and then I'll reveal to you what the answer is. Alrighty, so 100% it's TikTok. This is because the main feed of TikTok is based on recommendations and not your followers. They have more space to recommend new and more videos. On the other side, with Instagram, for example, if you upload your first post, probably no one's going to see it if you don't already have an audience there. With this in mind, we can pretty much classify how the different networks work with discoverability and how much this will benefit you. After that, I'm going to tell you how you can use this to discover which is better for your kind of content. So here is a tier list that I have made for you guys that showcases all the platforms and why it is good or bad. So let's start off with TikTok. TikTok obviously has a powerful recommendation system based on people's main feed. People consume more of recommended than they do what they're actually following. You don't really see people going to their following and constantly watching those TikToks. And this is great for you because you can get a lot of views on your very own content. This is why it is top tier for some of the discoverability. YouTube is next on the list with the biggest platform where people can search for content every single day. And by using clever thumbnails and clever titles, you can get more people to click on your video. They also have their short system, which is very, very similar to TikTok, and it helps you in recommendation and discoverability. Twitter is the next social media on the list, and to be honest, it's a little bit more poor. You know, the only type of way you're going to be in other people's feeds is with the retweet feature, and you know, it's still difficult to get that audience. And obviously, Instagram, the last thing on our list, is super poor. It is one of the more difficult systems to get recommended by other accounts. It's not recommended at all that you go along this route if you want to promote your content. So now we know the differences in some of these systems and how the discoverability works on them. So now we can see which one requires more and less effort. But we still need to figure out which one works best for you and the type of content that you make, so you can go and work hard at these type of contents. You also need to keep in mind that you don't need to do all of these at once. Once you reach one of them and you're established and you're good on that one, you then can move to the other one and work on that. So let's talk about the two best ones that we have on our list, TikTok or YouTube. Which one should you end up doing first of all? So if your content is entertaining, it's funny, it's humorous, and it just makes like an incredible short moment, you want to focus these clips on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. As simple as that sound. They're short, they're sweet, they're to the point, and people will find it pretty entertaining. If your content features more tutorial based, or you know, it's histories, or you're completing a game, things like that, walkthroughs, you're more than likely to be discovered over on YouTube and get the engagement there. And don't forget, if you also want to boost some of these engaging type of contents or these entertaining type of shorts, Streamloots is a fantastic way to do this. This is a place where you can let your viewers interact with you and create some hilarious moments that is great to share on your social medias for growth. And not to mention, you can earn some revenue all the while doing this. So you guys can go to streamloots.com right now and get started with your very own journey today. So one thing that you guys also need to keep in mind is that no matter what platform you choose, simply just reposting a clip on several channels won't work as you intended to be. All of these have different metrics, essentially, that make videos or clips likely to be discovered or not. So something that might work on TikTok will not likely have the same impact as it does on YouTube without any change. In our next videos, we're going to go and focus in depth on all of these platforms that we mentioned in this video. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss that. So you're probably now wondering, all right, great. I still want to become a streamer, Dale, you know, not a TikToker, not a YouTuber. And you're right. That's 100% warranted to make a comment like that. But I need to remind you of the beginning question that we came up with. We want the most potential reach to your community to create relationships with them. And the question was, how do we do that? Well, now we know the answer. So now that takes us to the last step of this system, which is how to move your audience from one social media channel to your streaming channel, and which is the main objective of your work on the other social media channels. It's a great thing to get views, it's fantastic, but that won't really help us in any ways if the viewers aren't able to follow us and enjoy our content. Now, in another video, we are going to go really in depth in this topic alone, but I still want to leave you guys with some pointers that you guys can start off with today. The first one is, in your bio on whatever social media platform you're using, make sure you have a link to your Twitch channel or your streaming channel, so people that click on it will easily know where to find your content. Another thing that you could do is, in this bio, you can also talk about what type of content you make. If you are doing tutorials, you write it down. If you're making gaming videos, write it down so people know what to expect on that channel. Now, with all of these people coming into the channel, it's good, especially something on Twitch, to have some content already there, like a trailer or even some VODs, so people can know what they're getting into. They get hooked on instantly and they're more inclined to follow. And lastly, you can brand all of the platforms on your channel itself inside every single piece of content, so it's easier to be identified with a new audience. They click on the channel, they know it's you, they know what they're expecting. Boom, there we go. So my friends, that is pretty much the end of this episode of Growing Your Stream. We really hope you did enjoy and you found some valuable insight from this video. If you did, make sure you click the subscribe button down below for some more videos like this, and leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment any questions you have. As always, guys, I'm your host, The King. Stay tuned for a lot more of these awesome videos, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.